My name is Dean Spraja. I am CEO and owner of MedFit Systems Inc., manufacturer of Nautilus commercial fitness products. I'd like to review with you today some of the features on our Freedom Trainer. Freedom Trainer is our dual articulating arm, horizontal and vertical adjustable pulley. We have two configurations now. One is our single stack that I'm demonstrating for you today, and the other is our dual. Prior to getting into the specific function of this machine, I want to talk to you a little bit about what the differences are between a 4-to-1 pulley, which this pulley is, and a 2-to-1 pulley, which our dual stack is. First of all, a 4-to-1 pulley requires 4 times the cable excursion to achieve a similar excursion of the weight stack. So what that means is this cable will travel 4 times as long as that weight stack does. And what that translates to is the ability to do high-speed movements without the weight stack becoming ballistic. And how that translates into is we're able to achieve velocities very close to sport-specific velocities, and it's simply a matter of physics. In a standard movement, typically I have to accelerate a load 9.807 meters per second before that load becomes ballistic. If I go to a 2-to-1 pulley, that acceleration has to achieve close to 20 meters per second. On a 4-to-1 pulley, I have to achieve 40 meters per second, which is high-speed movement before the weight stack becomes ballistic. So by having this type of configuration, I'm able to do high-speed movements without catching the weight stack on the way down and causing a joint impact, and do a lot of 3-dimensional sport-specific type exercises. When we get to the actual benefits of the machine, there's a lot of 4-to-1 pulleys, 2-to-1 pulley articulating arms out there, and what we do differently are a couple of things from a safety and accessibility standpoint, and then I'll share with you some of our accessories. But what we've designed on this device, and different than our prior devices, is all of our adjustments are in a position where we have a visual confirmation of the pin going through the adjustment hole. And other devices in our prior device, that pin adjustment was going through a plate on the opposite end where I couldn't have a visual. And what would happen is you'd have the pin not fully engaged. An individual would pull on that arm, and this arm would come free and injure the individual. So what we did is we designed it that you have a visual affirmation that that pin is in the right position. The same thing is true on a horizontal adjustment. I can see that that pin is in the hole. When it's not in the hole, I see that as well. We've also designed it so that it's wheelchair accessible. In the United States, it's ADA compliant, because these lower handles can be reached from the wheelchair position, as can the handles that adjust the vertical adjustments on the device. Along those accommodations to individuals with disabilities is our new patent-pending 3-in-1 handle. So the handle can be utilized as a traditional D handle. It can be used by individuals with grip strength impairment. It can be used by individuals that may not have an entire limb or an amputee, or to avoid painful areas in the anatomy. It can be expanded to be used with lower extremities as an ankle sleeve. And it can also triple as a triceps rope. So many times in an unsupervised or minimally supervised situation, if requested by a customer, we can have these handles actually bolted as opposed to put on a carabiner so that they cannot be removed. So individuals can't take the handles, and they certainly have the ability to use it in various different configurations by using this 3-in-1 handle. In addition to the 3-in-1 handle that comes standard with the device, we've developed a series of accessories. And this comes particularly useful in rehab environment, personal training environments within the health club environment. And by simply changing handles, this is our bilateral 4-pound aluminum rotating bar. And there's some really neat functional exercises we can perform with this device, either unilaterally or bilaterally. There's a lot of discussion and a lot of protocol involving now closed kinetic chain and core stabilization exercises, and we can challenge that core and that stability of an individual by simply changing the fulcrum on this lever arm. So we can use it individually by hooking up one end, or we can also challenge an individual with a bit of an unstable mechanism bilaterally and in virtually any position here. So we can go from the unilateral to a partially unstable bilateral movement, closed kinetic chain, or also used in conjunction with benches or balls or other instability devices on the ground. The other very useful tool we have with this device is our iliac crest belt. And what this belt does is it allows us to do a lot of lower extremity exercise without transferring weight through the spine. So we use it a lot in rehab because we are able to challenge lower body musculature without impacting the spine, without transferring that weight. So we're able to perform squat type exercises, lower extremity exercises, lunges in various angles, and then also to support the individual if need be with the alternative arm as well. We mentioned earlier the range of motion on a 4-to-1 pulley. If we're doing sports-specific type emulations, or we want to do power moves in and out of under load for any particular sport, we can address that in various angles as well. So we've built a better, safer, greater application multi-training device and introducing our single and dual stack Freedom trainers.